Wastewater from the residents and businesses in Manitowoc flows to MPU's wastewater treatment facility through the 189 miles of sewer lines located within the city limits. Here's how the process works. Influent wastewater enters the treatment plant through a 60-inch gravity interceptor sewer. Three 84-inch spiral screw pumps raise the sewage into the preliminary treatment building. Each pump has a rated capacity of 16.8 million gallons per day. Raw wastewater is screened through 1/8 inch openings between lamellas. The screenings are discharged to a washer compactor that squeezes out the water and discharges the remaining material to a dumpster. Removing grit helps minimize abrasion and wear on pumps and equipment further down the treatment line. Wastewater flows from the preliminary treatment building into two circular primary clarifiers. The velocity slows down in these tanks and allows settable solids to fall to the bottom of the clarifier. This settled material, called sludge, is scraped into a hopper and pumped into a primary digester. The liquid from the primary clarifiers passes over weirs and onto the biological treatment process. Two high-rate stack filters with plastic media in a 20-foot deep honeycomb pattern provide a large surface for the growth and attachment of aerobic bacteria. Aerobic bacteria grow on the wetted media and consume the biochemical oxygen demand, also called BOD, as the water trickles down through the filter. The rock filters are 8 feet deep and continue in service to provide polishing for the remaining BOD and also remove ammonia during the summer months. Instead of plastic media, rock provides a substrate for the bacteria to adhere to. 4 tanks receive the effluent from the trickling filters. This effluent contains solids made by the action of the microorganisms. These solids settle to the bottom of the tanks, forming a sludge that is removed by a rotating arm collector mechanism and are pumped into the primary digester. 4 tertiary sand filters remove the fine solids which do not settle out in the final clarifiers. The filter's removal of suspended solids also lowers the effluent BOD and a small amount of phosphorus held within the solids. Chlorine is added to the tertiary filter effluent to meet the disinfection permit requirement. The chlorine contact chamber provides the contact time necessary to reduce the pathogenic organisms. Sodium bisulfite is added at the end of the chlorine contact tank to remove any excess chlorine prior to release back into Lake Michigan. The sludge from the primary and final clarifiers is pumped to the digesters where the anaerobic microorganisms decompose the sludge into a stabilized humus-like material and gases. The gases contain 60% methane, which is used to help heat areas of the plant. The humus-like material is a valuable fertilizer that can supply all of the nutrients needed by a crop. The digested and stabilized sludge is trucked and stored off-site at the lagoons. The lagoons are large enough to hold a full year's worth of sludge, which is emptied in fall and land applied to cropland.